云对雨，雪对风，晚照对晴空。Hello everyone, I'm Jiang Yu. The beautiful song I sang just now is in Mandarin. Its counterpart in English might be, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. So it's a song for teaching young kids about rhythm in Chinese. Surprisingly, the first time I learned this song was from a foreign family, the Rogers family. Jim Rogers is a legendary American investor. A fun fact about him is that he is one of the earliest foreign investors to invest in China, and he believed that the 21st century belongs to China. With this in mind, he had his two daughters, Happy Rogers and Bee Rogers, learn Chinese from an early age. Not only were the two little girls interested in Chinese language, they were also passionate about Chinese culture and history behind the language. They were excited when talking about Chinese calligraphy, Chinese food, and of course, China's national treasures, the lovely pandas. The Rogers family members are not the only foreigners interested in Chinese culture. On April the 6th, during the coronavirus epidemic, BBC launched a new documentary featuring Du Fu, China's greatest poet. In the documentary, Michael Wood said that China has the oldest living tradition of poetry in the world, more than 3,000 years old, older than Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. The documentary has helped introduce the charm and beauty of traditional Chinese literature to viewers around the globe. One Twitter user wrote, "Come for the war, stay for the poetry. If raging battle are not your thing, Du Fu's verses commenting on human folly might just be what you need to reflect on these uncertain times." Seeing so many foreigners obsessed with Chinese culture and history, I had mixed feelings. First, I am proud of my country. The popularization of Du Fu's poem across the globe showed that the unique charm of Chinese culture can transcend time and national borders. However, I feel doubtful about myself at the same time. I doubt whether I'm knowledgeable enough to share our time-honored Chinese history with foreigners. I remember when I exchanged at the University of Amsterdam, I was selected as UVA Global Student Ambassador. We held weekly seminars on topics like cross-cultural communication. In one group seminar, a German student expressed his love for traditional Chinese philosophy and even shared a story which I didn't know. But I took my advantage as a journalism student and asked him more questions. Soon I found out that he is a passionate nature lover. He defined himself not only as a vegan, but as a raw vegan, which means he only eats raw food without cooking. He told me animals' lives matter, and his dream is to reduce the mass production of meat in this world. He also expressed his love of the natural taste of raw food. I find his personal philosophy perfectly resonates with Taoism, which worships nature and thinks that harmony and concord can only come about if man respects and lives in accordance with nature. I shared my limited knowledge on Taoism with him, and he showed great interest. Back home, I received a message from him saying, "With most people, I cannot talk so deep, so it was really interesting to think about your questions, and I really hope to learn more about China." His words encouraged me. More importantly, he let me know that the world wants to hear Chinese stories and Chinese voices. At the end of that semester, out of all ambassadors, I received a golden certificate. I gradually realized that we don't need to be perfect to share our culture and history. It is an open mind, sincere heart, and humane solicitude that will foster intercultural communication. In the coming academic year, I will go to Harvard University for graduate study in technology, innovation, and education. One day, I hope to produce a documentary featuring Eastern and Western education in order to connect the different cultures through the field of education. My Chinese dream is to see more and more young people becoming the bridge of Eastern and Western worlds, letting different cultures mingle with each other and presenting the kaleidoscope of cultures to a global audience. Thank you so much for listening.